Hey people, how you doing? So in this video, let's look up, based on our derivation of Anunnaki as Anus-Naki, that is double snake. Let's look at images of this original god. And we see that he's such an old god that he is basically just a symbol for literally all the ancient peoples, even the Minoans. The Minoans are not recent enough to show what this Anu-Nagi would look like. So this is our hypothesis, just this channel's hypothesis on what the Anunnaki looks like, just by what the name says, a Janus version of a Nagi. That's a two-faced Nagi, a two-faced snake. So let's look here. We see down the bottom of this pillar from Sweden, Gotland, it has, this bloke is holding two snakes, and notice something else. In Ireland, that symbol is called a she-naga. A she-naga because the naga means snake, basically. Okay, I just looked up. It's called a Sheila Nagig. Sheila Nagig. Now, they might not derive that as being from a naga, a Sheila Nagig, but I'm not going to show the pictures of it, but you can look it up, and it's very interesting. It's very similar to what we see at Göbekli. It's actually very similar to what we see at Göbekli Tepe as well. Most interesting. To put it politely, holding the ribs apart, you could say, we saw that in one of an ancient 8,000-year-old statue. And there's one that looks remarkably, that's a funny looking one there, remarkably similar. Anyway, yeah, similar to him, and that's 8,000 years old. Ireland with the ribs, and Turkey again. Anyway, right. Let's continue. And this is such an old name. It's Janu Nagi. They have to be pointing two different directions. Because there's two of them, is this a Janu Nagi in Indonesia? Not such an old temple, but based on a very ancient temple, just a more recent reconstruction. It's what we see in Mexico, the serpents descending down to say, I'll make you as gods. What do you say? You want to be transformed into a slightly different species? And of course the humans said, oh yeah. The caduceus, could it be again, it's got a staff and it's got two snakes. So Necha Bakau, that is Naga, and this is literally a Slav name, has occasionally been shown as two heads on two separate necks, a third head on his tail. And the Egyptologist says the two heads could mean his dual good and evil nature and ability to simultaneously attack two directions at once. Well, instead of guessing, let's just look at the history of a two-headed god. And this is a Slav name. It means Naga Bogu. It means snake god. Which is interesting. Just the Bogu part, Baku. In Slav, it's Zemia or Jmi, which means the soil. So it would be the soil animal, basically the dirt dweller, the dust dweller. But that is the Slav word for God there. If we just put a vowel in. So there we go. Interesting, eh? And of course, this Anunnaki is drawn without the Anu. It is, unless he's still two-headed. He's got one head here and one head here. That's part of him. Next. There we go. That's the alternate version. And in this incarnation, he's not only looking two different directions like Janus. So he's Janus, but he's holding snakes. And he's got at least two or four. So he is literally, this is a picture of, literally, Janu Nagi, Anunnaki. The English version, who knows how he got there. So obviously not recent, but very old. A Janus mixed with the snake tradition of, I'm going to make you something different. I'm going to make you a god on earth. You got to do everything for yourself. What do you think? Because you don't belong on earth. Literally a Annunakim, because there's two of them. So it's a two-headed creature, and it's showing it's the same creature because of this intertwined reef knot. Or it's not it's like a reef knot. So it's just for sailing. It's associated with water. And the Nagas are all over Asia. You look at the Nagas, it's... Woo! Yeah. Quite a tradition. The Minoan and the Heracles. So Heracles, or even baby... Was it baby Jesus? No, it was Heracles. He and Apollo, they strangled two snakes, or Heracles... God put two snakes into the thing to kill him, and he strangled them. So Heracles is, I guess you could say, an Annunakim. Again, they call her the mistress of animals, this one. I don't like how they apply modern names. I wish they would just use the older names, even if it's from a different country. Because these people travelled around. Look at Homer's Iliad. It doesn't even belong in Greece. Wine-dark Sea is the Baltic Sea or the North Sea. Well, it belongs in Greece in its current incarnation for sure. Hope you enjoyed that short little video. Pictures of actual Anunnaki based on the word itself. Not on what they say the word is, but based on what the word says. At least what I think of what the word says. Your comments below.